Hello and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Herb. Today I've been joined by another colleague and I'll allow her to introduce herself.
I am Sohini Basu. I am from India and I am studying in the same college with Harp. I'm studying Masters in International Business.
So tell us about your educational background.
Yeah, so I have a master already, and of course, I have my bachelor's. So both of them are in social science, and I have specialized in history. So basically, in my school in India, we have to specialize in the last 2 years of our school, whether we want to study humanities or commerce or science. So that time I took up science because I have always been a person who loved numbers, if that makes sense. But when I was in my graduation, when I was selecting my bachelor's course, I selected to shift into social science. There was a particular reason in that because I have always been fascinated by history. I have been a person who can you can say is like interested or fascinated by the literature and the culture, and also interested in data analytics. And finding a stream which can accommodate both of those things is a little difficult in India, and I think everywhere kind of, as much as I have seen. So I decided to follow my passion of culture and history and study, go into social science stream. And that is one of the reasons why I actually selected France.
Tell me about your experience in France. Is this what you imagined it to be?
Okay, so when I landed in France, I chose not to land in Paris but to Nice. So I was landing, and this was this huge blue ocean. In between, there was this narrow strip of land where my flight was landing, and I was like, oh my god, my trip is worth it. My trip is worth it. And I was like mesmerized by that beautiful view just while landing. And after that, of course, I had my croissants and my eclairs, and I'm like, okay, I'm happy. I don't, and most importantly, I will say, apart from the Indian friends that I have made, so I have made friends from other communities as well. And in just like 6 months, I don't feel that I'm missing out. I will not say that I'm not missing India because that would be not possible. But I'm like, I can call Grenoble a place of my comfort. I'm in comfort zone.
How about the food?
I cook my own food.
So you don't eat, have you tried any French dish?
I am a student on a very tight budget. So yeah, I have tried French food once and I liked it, but I cannot afford it.
So earlier on, we had a conversation even before we started recording. You mentioned how difficult it is to get into a university in India. I'd like you to share that experience with everyone.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the population of India? Just give me a rough number.
Close to 1 billion.
Yeah. So, population of India is 1.4 billion. Every year, 250 million students give their school passing exam to enter into college. Out of that, only 37.4 million students can actually finally end up applying in colleges. So, in that 37.4 million, there are only 11,000 or like 11,000 to 12,000 in between approximately colleges are there. So that boils down that for every one seat of college in India, there are around 120 students fighting.
Wow.
So if anyone is studying in college, and that too in a good college in India, as you grow, as you fight for better college seats, the number just goes upwards. From 120 it goes to 2,000 to even 50,000.
Well, I know you don't like talking about this, but let me just put you on the spot. Because I know you went to one of the best schools in India. Can you walk us through the process of getting into that university?
Yeah, so the college where I studied, so the day when we had our entrance exam, so basically there is a cut-off marks which you need to show for your school passing exam. So that year it was a little low. It was 60%. The authorities understood it and changed it to 80% next year. But in that year, there was a huge traffic jam in the whole area because there were so many candidates walking all around the streets, boarding vehicles, and everything. So, if that gives you an answer, so it was a very huge college. It's a very huge college, and all the rooms were booked. So I cannot give you a clear number, but it is pretty competitive, and there are only 60 seats.
And what was your position after the exam?
I was in 8th rank in the merit list in the bachelor's entrance exam. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I am sorted. I am sorted.
Wow.
It is very competitive, honestly. If you want to go in any top college in India, the number in aspirants for that one seat goes to lakhs. It goes to lakhs. The situation is very difficult there, but that actually enhances our skills. It has a good effect. You need to be very good to get in, so you become that good. That's good, really good.
Sohini, who inspires you? Who do you draw inspiration from?
Falguni Nayak. She has started a brand called Nykaa, and it's a very basic thing. You just provide authentic, real international brands to the ladies in India. It's as simple as that. No one thought that it needs to be done, but one smart lady realized that there is this gap in the market and she tapped it so well. But Nykaa has some problems as well. I will not say it's without problems. Every company has problems, but how she has smartly tapped on the untapped market, that too in a country like India, where you have thousands of people doing thousands of startups every day. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal.
Thank you, Sohini, for sharing your experience with us. And thank you so much for listening. Watch out for our next episode, which comes out on Tuesday. Until then,